Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for September 12th. September 12th is the 255th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 256th in leap years, with 110 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is technical. Technical can be an adjective or a noun. As an adjective, technical means having special and usually practical knowledge, especially of a mechanical or scientific subject, such as a technical consultant. Technical can mean marked by or characteristic of specialization, such as a technical language. It can mean of or relating to a particular subject or having to do with a practical subject organized on scientific principles. In this context, one might think of a technical school. Technical can mean based on or marked by a strict legal interpretation, such as technically speaking. There's even a use for the word technical in terms of the functioning of the market as a discrete mechanism not influenced by macroeconomic factors, where you might hear the term a technical rally. We might need to look more in depth at some of those terms later on. You might hear the word technical used in basketball, where it relates to a foul given to a player, coach, or team, usually for unsportsmanlike conduct, such as arguing with an official or taunting an opponent. This would be in relation to bad conduct that does not involve physical contact with an opponent while the ball is in play. A technical foul may be assessed for undesirable behavior that does not involve physical contact or roughing up another player. Those physical encounters are called personal fouls. The word technical evolves to us through Latin, Greek before that, and ultimately from Indo-European root words. In all these iterations, its meaning had to do with arts, sciences, proficiency, craft, or method. In that vein, technology would have to do with the study of technical matters or specialized aspects of a particular field of endeavor. The shorter word tech may represent a technician or serve as an abbreviated form of technology. First known use of the word technical is in 1617. Technical. Today's word was requested by one of my viewers. Thank you for that request. If you have a word you'd like us to explore in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments and we'll take a look at it. Now, typically we start a little farther back in time than we're going to today, but I got a little bit wordy as I was writing up the report for today's episode. So we're going to jump right on into the 1900s for our first item. I've been doing this for a while, so if you'd like to hear about other things that happened on September 12, such as Elizabeth Barrett Browning's elopement, the cave paintings at Lascaux, France, or a different song than the one I'll be talking about today, I will include a link to a previous episode for September 12th. And with that, this is the birthday of songwriter and singer Barry White, best known for his deep, deep voice and romantic image. He hit it big in the 1970s with soul, funk, and disco songs. He recorded 20 studio albums and had 20 gold and 10 platinum singles and worldwide sales of over 100 million records. To this day, he's one of the best-selling music artists of all time. He got into a little legal trouble as a teenager, and it's reported that while he was in jail, he heard Elvis Presley's song It's Now or Never on the radio, which he credited with changing the course of his life. He got into the music business more in the background initially. In the 1970s, he was working with several artists and made some song demos of himself singing and playing. One of his associates in the music industry happened to hear those demos and convinced Barry to re-record those songs and release them himself. He did so, and his career as a recording artist was off to the races, enjoying great success in the 1970s. Things slowed down a little in the following decades, but he had generated an avid and loyal fan base, keeping him in the limelight as a popular artist. He's done some voiceover work, appeared as himself in a couple of episodes of The Simpsons. He's appeared in some commercials and has been featured in the TV show Ally McBeal. You can look for his autobiography, Love Unlimited, which was published in 1999 by Broadway Books. Barry White was a big guy to go with that big voice, and he developed some serious health issues due to high blood pressure, and he may have been diabetic as well. He suffered a few strokes and passed away of a heart attack at the age of 58. Barry White. On September 12, 1962, President Kennedy gave his "We Choose to Go to the Moon" speech at Rice University. It's a moving talk. He mentions things that mankind has done, climbing mountains, the first transatlantic flight, and so on. One of the key lines of his speech is, "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills, because that challenge is one we're willing to accept, one we're unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too." Great speech. Today's song is "Can't Get Enough of Your Love," written, recorded, and produced by Barry White. Released in June of 1974, "Can't Get Enough of Your Love" became one of Barry White's signature tunes. Topped several charts, hitting the number one on Cashbox Top 100, Billboard's Hot Soul Singles, and the Billboard Hot 100. The song has been covered by other artists as well. "Can't Get Enough of Your Love" by Barry White. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. And you can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Oh, get your microphone. Okay. Phone over there. Hello. Okay. With 202 days remaining to the end of the world. End of the year. Please, not the end of the world. 202 days remaining to the end of the year. Let's read that one again. Maybe I should ask Google how to pronounce that.
How do you go about pronouncing his name? Paulo Coelho.
Coelho.
Paulo Coelho. Pretty straightforward once you know. Paulo Coelho.
Google is so smart. Yep, it is. That's what it's called. All right. Attracting. Just read the whole thing over. You know what? Maybe we can leave that one off. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. I don't know. Can I get this edited? Let's find out. Alrighty. Back to work. I think we got it this time.